So, hello everybody. It is another absolutely beautiful evening here. And we are the second week of March. It's March already. Crazy. The years just march on, don't they? And we have, flavor-wise, one of my favorite and most unique mulberry varieties ripening up right there. Look at that. This is, of course, the Pakistan. And I'm just going to stick this in my mouth right now and I'll talk to her. Mmm. Mmm. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. And there's another one for you guys. Mmm. Well, not for you, for me, but not to be rude. So, yes, mulberries. I think I make quite a few mulberry variety videos. I simply do that because they are such productive, manageable, easy to grow, anything you want out of them trees. And they just, the flavor, you know. This right here is a beautiful mature Pakistan tree that I've shaped kind of like an umbrella. And it shades my walkway here. And it's beautiful. It's about a little over 6 foot trunk and then umbrellaed out. So beautiful shade canopy during the summer. And you can see how I have the branches. Very easy to harvest off of. Just reach up and pull down the branches or the lower branches like these. Just easy to harvest off of. And just amazing. And that shaping is indicative of all mulberries. You can shape all mulberries how you want them to grow. They kind of like to grow straight up and then branch out when they're mature. But when they're in that growth stage where they're wanting to shoot up, it's very easy to trim them or bend down branches and put them where you want them. And then those branch out, and those secondary branches are the ones that become your fruiting branches. And it helps with productivity and, like I said, beautiful landscape trees. Absolutely beautiful. Or if you just want them as giant windbreaks, that's easy too. And then they're still easy to harvest off of. But so many things you can do with mulberries. And so yeah, the Pakistan here. Now, there are multiple varieties called Pakistan here in the US. This one that I'm picking on here today is a shorter, fatter Pakistan, parentheses there. About as big as a finger. Nice, big, fat, very long berries. Superb flavor. No acid, very sweet. But the flavor is like a floral berryness that is very, very unique to these Pakistan. No other mulberry quite has the flavor these do, where it's just sweet, florally, get in your nose. Absolutely delicious. And those were my first berries. I don't have too many more ripe at the moment. The stuff in my mouth while I'm talking to you guys. But we'll have a very good harvest soon enough. They're coming in very nice. And mulberries like this, the Pakistan, have a very decent season. These are the first berries coming in now from the beginning of March. And then they'll be ripening up until probably the middle of April. Maybe some lingering ones going into May. So you've got a good season on Pakistan to harvest berries, with the main season probably being the beginning of April. You'll get a really heavy crop, and then it fades out from there. But nice long season, about 2 months on it, March, April, easily, and fading out, right there. But delicious mulberries, guys. And again, like all mulberries, super vigorous. When you first get them started, before they mature, they can easily put on 20, 30 feet of growth in a single year. And just super fast growing trees. So if you want fast fruit or a fast windbreak, or a fast shade tree, you cannot beat mulberries, of course. And on to the other varieties here in the US. This one was one of my original ones. Bought it as a stick off the internet years and years ago. And it's a shorter, fatter Pakistan. It's still long, you know, but shorter and fatter. There's also one that is very long and sometimes referred to as a red Pakistan. It can get almost as long as a pencil and about as thick as a pencil, where this Pakistan here we're picking on is, like I said, figure size fat. And you know, so you've got kind of longer Pakistans, sometimes referred to as red Pakistans. There's mulberries that are called Himalayan that are, again, very akin to the Pakistan. And there seems to be multiple Himalayan mulberries out there with longer type berries, but sometimes the thickness is different and the flavor tends to be a little different too. So there's a little bit of confusion on the Pakistan varieties. I like to refer to this one, which is very common, probably the most common here in the US, as the American Pakistan, because it's just the most common one. It's the shorter but long, fatter, very floral, very sweet Pakistan, where once you get into some of the other ones, they get much longer, sometimes up to 6-7 inches, and they stay fairly thin, kind of like a pencil, and they tend to have more acidity to them, more tartness, which isn't bad, just adds to the flavor, more of a raspberry flavor instead of like a sweet grape jelly kind of flavor. And then there's some that stay red, some that get very, very dark purple, and some that, you know, of course, there's the white varieties, the white Pakistan. And I have 5 currently in my collection, 5 different Pakistans, and they're all different. And I have a couple Himalayans that are different too, so. But this is the only one flowering right now. So I'm picking on her. And this is the one I will refer to as the American Pakistan mulberry. And definitely worth growing, guys. Super easy, super productive, super delicious, nutritious. You can't beat it. Eat them fresh. I mean, make juice out of them, make them into preserves, jellies, jams, pies, anything. You gotta grow food, so you gotta get yourself a mulberry. Any type really, but get, I'd say, multiple varieties so you have a nice long season of just amazingly delicious fruits for you. And they all taste different depending on the variety and the species, and they hybridize so easily and they grow from seed very easily. So there's no wonder why there's multiple Pakistans here in the US. I have no doubt that there are several that have been seed grown and released, and that accounts for the difference in fruit and, you know, the variation in tree growth and everything. So there you go, guys. Just some information about the Pakistan mulberry and the various Pakistan doppelgangers out there. They all taste great and they're all definitely worth growing. But yeah, there you go. Love you guys. Grow food. And sorry I only had, oh, there's one wrapping up right there if you can see it. Sorry I only had a couple berries to jam in my berry hole while I was yakking away for you. But don't you worry. I will have thousands and pounds of more of these to eat over the coming weeks. Thousands of berries, tens of pounds. Oh yeah, just delicious. Look at all of them. Oop, there's some ripening up right there. The promise of a delicious, delicious future. And by the way, these are only like 6 feet in the air. They're not that high. I could reach up and pick those right now. Super, super easy to get. That's why you train your trees, not hard to do. Keep them manageable and they will reward you with delicious, delicious berries. Much like that variety right there. Boom. Look at that. See you later, guys. Love you. Grow food. See you later. See you later.